Hey everybody, welcome to I Just Watched. I'm David with special guest Freddie Mercury.
Hello. So what did you think?
Gayer.
No, darling, the movie.
Alright guys, all joking aside, welcome to the big show.
The only show, the only one that matters.
Yes sir.
No guys, it kind of hurt. In all seriousness, let's talk Bohemian Rhapsody and, as you put it, the broad stroke image or story of Queen.
These guys.
If you like the music, there's no way you don't like the movie. It's as simple as that. But also, it's a really good movie. I enjoyed the shenanigans out of it. It's just, when we talked about it a little bit, we were, I guess the fans of us were hoping like for, I guess, a little more depth.
More
detail. A
detail.
little detail.
You know,
when it came to the story of the group and
get a little
Freddie,
darker.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that you don't want to know, or the stuff that the stuff that you don't want to know that you do want to know.
Yeah.
We didn't get that in this movie. We got broad strokes. We got, hey, this is Farouk.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a singer, and now he meets these guys, and they're, surprise, surprise, their lead singer leaves, and then they hit it big. I mean, the beat points are there. It's just we went from here to Live Aid. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Please drive home safely.
Yeah.
It was basically that.
It did feel like two different movies in a sense. Like the first half of the movie is very like, you need a singer? I can sing. Let's sing. 1 year later, we're on tour. Let's do the album. And then it went very like jump, like boom, show. First real big break. Show. And then you got the hair, the stash. And then from there, it like slowed down. And then it gave us a little bit, or the deepest dive of the movie into Freddie's life, basically, when he leaves Queen, and like, you could just see what he's you still don't get a full like visual. You just see a little bit of him trying to work in the studio, but it's not going as planned. And then the life at home with that asshole, was it Peter?
Yes,
Peter. And you can just see like, he's find out he's sick, and that was like the deepest dive of the movie, and that was like the second half, and it lasted a good like 20 minutes, maybe, give or take.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't short, but it wasn't like really immersive, but it was like the biggest or the most.
This is one of the few movies I've ever seen that really had 2 acts.
Yeah.
And another thing about this movie is this movie does something that I think I've seen maybe once before, and I can't even think of it, but I know I've seen it before, where it starts off running and then goes to a crawl.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sprinting, I'm tired, I'm done.
Yeah.
Holding it aside. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. Another thing was, it's the Queen story.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's the Queen story. They should have called it the Freddie Mercury story. Featuring Queen.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, if you want to go back, you have, that's happened before, I mean, it's always the Doors, but everyone talks about Jim Morrison, it's always been Bob Marley and the Wailers, but it's always Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it wasn't completely unexpected. It was something
we knew it.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen. I mean, shout outs before we do anything else to it's Malik, right?
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Mr. Robot.
Dude killed it. I mean, there's moments when he just, from movement to the way he did everything, like
especially the live aid performance. This performance right here.
Yeah, at the very, that right there was moments when I was like, wow.
The problem with, and I'm going to get nitpicky because I think he deserves an Oscar nomination, because this is the equivalent for me of Lincoln, where Lincoln wasn't that good of a movie, but of course Daniel Day-Lewis knocks it out the park.
Yeah.
This movie here felt like a VH1 behind the scenes, or a Lifetime, or whatever you want, one of those made for TV movies. Only thing is, it had an amazing performance embedded in it. So that made a meh movie a damn, I need to see that again movie.
The music alone, like, it's hard the entire time to not sit there and just be jamming to it, trying not to sing along, because then, the rest of the people in the theater are going to be pretty upset because they don't want to hear us singing, or me specifically.
I don't know, because there was people next to me were singing as well. So
you know, I was foot tapping, I was moving in my seat. I was like, man, this is great. I love it. It was just entertaining. It was fun. Again, Homeboy killed it. And David, I'll let you implement it and announce it because it was basically your idea. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, coming directly to you.
Directly to you.
Via stereo. No, I'm just playing.
Hi-fi.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll keep the music thing, you know, hi-fi, high fidelity.
Yes.
You know, anyone who's watched our channel has known that I always say that, you know, I looked at my phone a couple times during this movie. Or, you know, I caught myself, didn't even know my phone was there. We're going to implement the phone rating system, which... Officially. So it's going to go...
0 phones?
0 to 5. 0 phones, obviously. Didn't look at my phone once.
Glorious.
You know, 1 to 2. Decent...
good movie?
Not good movie. Passable movie.
Or enjoyable, at least?
Yes. 3 to 4.
Yeah, you're starting to rock the boat heavy.
Yeah. And 5...
Anything past 5 is just garbage. I mean, let me put it lighter. It's garbage. So, officially, that will be implemented, so you'll be seeing that. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what a start to that rating, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
Because people might disagree with us, which is fine, and you could always let us know why. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, David, how many did this movie start off? How many phones did it get? That would be 0. A big nada.
Big donut.
Yes. In other words, glorious, fabulous, and fascinating. And I mean, the entire time we were both in it. There was nothing was taking us out of that experience.
Didn't look at the phone once.
Yeah. You
know, didn't want to look at the phone. They wasn't even thinking about the phone.
Exactly. That's a big deal because, I mean, for the most part, there's a few... I think there's a few movies I still consider good, but I still glance on my phone once or something, you know? But this one, I was like, what phone, what device? Just keep playing music and let me watch this dude be Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. I mean, while we were watching this, Alabama LSU was on. I mean, you know, there was some good football on at the time.
Fight preliminaries were starting.
UFC. I mean, there was a bunch of stuff going on.
Distractions existed, people.
Distractions way existed, but you know what? Freddie Mercury prevailed.
Yes, he did once again. And then just watching the way they showed us how, you know, they came up with songs, or, you know, the simple thing, like little crazy things that they did just to renovate, and like just every time something happened, how you listen to one song and then another, and it just always seemed like an entirely different band. Like the way they always innovated.
You can listen to Bicycle and then listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, and
you're like, that's not the same people.
No,
it is.
I mean, yeah, you know, because Bicycle, they all sound the same. Like when they sing in unison, they all sound the same.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, just totally different. Like, because Bohemian Rhapsody shouldn't work. It really shouldn't work. Just how it's just here, but it does, and it's great.
Yeah.
Then you got Bicycle, which is them screaming bicycle. I don't know, you know, but you know, Fat Bottom Girls and Crazy Little Thing Called Love and My Best Friend and, you know,
Radio Gaga. Like, we just name them all day. So it's like things that you wouldn't expect from one group, you know, one band. You know, usually one band you have like here, this is your home, all right.
This is where you live.
All right, this is where you live. I gotta take it from Hitch. This is they was all up in the party doing this and making pizzas and all that. All right. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie. I mean,
it was carried on the shoulders of Rami Malek,
without a doubt,
and it's the best performance I've ever seen. But he has his portfolio. There you go. If you will, is not very big.
No.
So
I mean, he was also on Night in the Museum 1 and 2 as a pharaoh.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? I mean, I think this is a career-defining.
Oh yeah.
Performance, because it like Joseph was saying, there in the Live Aid scene alone, there are moments where you're like, holy shit, that's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
You know, and they when I say broad strokes in here, but they did a lot for Freddie, though, you know, with the teeth and how his nationality was a big deal at the beginning, you know, and Freddie turned out to didn't like who he was.
Yeah.
You know, and which I didn't know. I knew about the teeth thing.
Yeah.
I knew about his nationality. I really didn't know about how he wanted to distance himself.
Yeah.
He was basically lying about everything, about his life, about who he was, and this. And it seemed like the only way he could express who he really was on stage.
Exactly.
So he was hesitant to call himself a homosexual. He was, I'm bisexual.
Yeah, the first thing he said, because he wasn't.
And his girl's like, no,
nah, bro.
You're gay.
Yeah. Hey, like, look, you're gay.
Yeah, like, I get it. I've always known.
Yeah, let's just be honest.
Yeah, you know. So, any more thoughts?
I mean, it's. I could rant on more about what I liked and things I would have liked a little bit more, but honestly, all in all, great movie. Definitely worth watching. And I gotta say it. I usually say it for certain ones, but definitely, it doesn't have to be IMAX Dolby. Just make sure you have sound, because I mean, for one, it's the music alone is worth it, but just the feel you get when the guitar strings and when they're in the studio. I don't know. I personally was getting like chill. I was just like, I really felt it. It was like kind of the Live Aid parts. I was like, shit. I wish I kind of felt like I was there, and that's as close as it's ever going to be for me being there.
I'm glad you said that because taking a cue from what he said, yes, the Live Aid moments you felt you were there, and this is with bad CG.
Yeah, there's a couple.
There is a moment where you see him from behind, and it is. They should have just wrote, "This is a green screen," and it would have been fine because it was bad.
Yeah.
But the music was so good, and the performance was so good. It just
it washed over it.
Yeah, it didn't take you out of it at all.
All in all, ladies and gentlemen, being the first movie to have the official phone rating, as we said, again, it was a 0. As in, this movie had us so entertained or so just like locked on screen.
Immersed.
Immersed is the word I'm looking for. So immersed that not once did we want to or even think about glancing at our phone. Just thought we should clarify. So 0 phone, as in not once did we want to look away from the movie and take ourselves out of the journey that was Queen and Freddie Mercury. You know, so with that being said, I think this movie is great. Sorry, I think it's funny when I say it like that. Ignore me. Any last thoughts on top of that, David?
I would purchase it.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Can't wait to. Can't wait to watch it again. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So, any thoughts, questions, concerns, requests, comment section down below. Let us know. We want to hear from you. And without any further ado, as Freddie himself would say, it's all love.
I can't believe you wear the fucking mustache.
Yo, this thing would not stay on, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. All I know is that. Oh look, hey, it's on now.
All I hear is Radio Gaga.
Huh?